Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about Masters of the Universe Revelation Part 2. The trailer just dropped on YouTube. This is about right for Netflix. They usually drop a trailer for a series or movie about a month before it premieres.
November 23rd, I think, is when.
Yeah, I think it's November 23rd. And we're going to talk about it. The trailer does look significantly better than Part 1. However,
Big however,
there was a bait and switch before. Will we be fooled again?
Well, now they know people were mad.
Yeah.
So they're going to do extra what they can and put all their effort into this trailer to try to get you to come back. Because a lot of people said they aren't coming back for part 2. So yeah, it's going to be the same thing we saw with the first one. As far, with the trailer, I think that they're trying to play that up.
Yeah, there's a lot of fan service given to He-Man. We show He-Man. We show a big-ass battle. We show a lot of the classic Masters of the Universe characters that have gone missing, like Ram Man and
Fisto.
Fisto's in here.
The unofficial patron saint of Clownfish TV.
He is.
We like to fist them, but we can't fist them all.
So we're going to talk about this because I have a very strong feeling that this is going to be another bait and switch. They did this before. They gave us a He-Man-centric trailer after their complaints about it possibly being the Teela show.
Mm-hmm.
And
There's no possibly. It was the Teela show.
Well, this is before it was, people told us how wrong we were. It's like, no, it's not going to be all about Teela. You're liars, Clownfish. And it turned out that it was the case. They just took all the scenes from the first episode of part 1 and put them into a trailer to make it look like, wow, this is about He-Man.
Which we called. Everybody like, oh, it's glorious. And then it turned out we were right. And now we do know from speaking to somebody who had talked to Netflix, we were correct about the mandates.
Yes.
We said from the beginning, when we put the tweet out, you put the tweet out that somehow ended up being this big thing.
I don't even
just saying, oh, this is true. It's not going to play well. Kevin Smith, of course, responded with, we could have used your help in the writer's room. And then he tagged in Mattel and stuff like that in that, and Netflix and we said, I'm wondering if there are mandates about the characters and who can be the leads. No, given it's Netflix. And we also said we wondered if, it was weird he tagged Mattel and stuff into it. So we're like, is he doing that because maybe he's like, hey, this isn't going to work well, and then, oh, here's proof that it's not. We don't know. I'm not giving him a pass. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is what floored me about the Kevin Smith situation. Beyond the fact that he called our tweet out specifically, was this is a guy who made a career out of dunking on Hollywood's bad decisions when it comes to handling classic IP, right? I mean, the guy, has gone on about, the mishandling of Star Wars before, he loved Disney. George Lucas's mishandling of Star Wars with the prequels, in his eyes, and also Batman, executives who were going to do horrible things with Batman and Superman, so, I mean, the guy gets it. He gets being a fan and having certain expectations and having Hollywood come in and not meet those expectations. I can't think, as they were working on this show.
Called He-Man.
Well, it wasn't called
Well,
He-Man.
I mean, Masters of the Universe. Everybody called it He-Man. You're right.
Right.
They're very clear about that. But
Yeah.
yes, everybody called it He-Man. Well, actually, it was He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, but then they dropped the He-Man
Right,
from
but I'm saying the original was
Yep.
He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. So when you're working on that show, you had to know there was a certain expectation. Like He-Man was the main character of the show based on He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
Let's have a Batman series where Batman trips down the stairs, falls, breaks his neck, and he's out of commission. Oh, they kind of did that in the comics. He broke his back and he was
And let me
out of
guess,
commission for a while.
Batgirl, Batwoman, Catwoman, one of them take over.
Catgirl.
Yeah, one of them take over, and the whole show's about them. But you're not allowed to get mad about it.
Oh God, you're gonna give them ideas. They're gonna do that. They're gonna do like Gotham Gals. And they'll have Batman gets, well, he kind of did, I guess, on Batwoman, but.
Gotham Gals should be like the Golden Girls, but they're old ladies and they go out and do stuff. And one of them is like a slut, and one of them's a dumbass, They should totally.
Gotham Gals.
They should totally do that.
There you go, DC. There's your multi-million-dollar idea.
People would probably love that, actually. But I'm just, back to the point of this. It's like, I think he knew that we weren't wrong. Otherwise, I don't know why he would have tagged Mattel into it. But it is what it is. I'm not giving the dude a pass. It's just, I wouldn't get your hopes up yet.
Yeah,
but I'm going to tell you straight up, I really, really hope that the trailer's the truth, but
I don't think it is.
In my head, I know it's not, because I want it to be good. People are like, you just want to hate on things. No, I want it to be good.
You get to a point, and we'll talk more about it. Well, before we get into anything further.
Yes, too late. We always do this.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 238,000 subs.
Oh, yeah. Woohoo. Sorry. I was busy being mad.
Woohoo. That's your thing.
Woohoo. Sorry. I was too busy. Like, well, one, I think the Skelegod design's awesome.
The designs are good.
Two, I'm just like, please don't effing suck.
Yeah. So yeah, please subscribe. We do talk a lot about the classic, IP from the 80s.
And the way they ruin it now.
The way that studios have been ruining them. We talk about toys. We talk about Masters of the Universe. We are big He-Man and She-Ra fans. My God, you should see our studio full of stuff. Not that gives us any ownership over the property, but it has.
You could have told them what would have worked or what wouldn't have. Any fan could have.
Any He-Man fan could have said, the stupidest thing you could do is kill off or sideline He-Man.
In the He-Man, Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
When we kept, we're like, well, wait, He-Man isn't in the title. Isn't that weird? Show. Real quick before we get into the actual, we're going to show you the actual trailer parts of it anyway. I want to point out that yesterday, they were talking about the trailer coming, right? And it was Mark Hamill who said about it coming today. The amount of dumbassery in the comments, and it's all these dudes, and they keep doing this. They're like, cause the man babies, cause they hate women, and all this other shit. Usually some male avatar dumbass. I'm just gonna take a moment to talk about how misogynistic these douchebags are. Because I am effing tired of hearing how it's men and they hate women and all this other shit when there are a whole bunch of females, Masters of the Universe fans, Star Wars fans, you name it. There's a bunch of women who like them too. And they keep fucking stepping over women like they don't exist. Like, how does that help? You're yelling at men for not liking strong women, but when strong women come up to you and say, hey, I like this show and here's why, and I don't agree with you, their answer is, you don't exist, it's all men, it's all man babies. It's like, let me scream out misogyny, but you can't hear me because I can't hear everybody else over my own misogyny. And I'm just so effing tired of it. Stop just say some fans don't like it. Stop just assuming all fans are straight white male, because a lot of us aren't, and we're really, really, really tired of you just stepping over us and acting like complete fucking asshats. Just take your misogyny and stick it up your ass. Sorry. Continue.
Anyway, it's going to be hard to follow that one.
Well, am I wrong?
You're not wrong. A lot of female fans' voices are silenced. When it
it's not even just women. It's just people that other things, minorities in general.
It's the catch-all. It's just a bunch of angry white men with their toys. It's like, why are you so invested in this? Why are you getting off on people? You shouldn't even care about the toys at all. You shouldn't care about this shit at all. If you're so much better and you're so much more mature, why the hell do you care about cartoons and comics and games at all?
And it's okay if they like it. Like, you're allowed to like it. That's completely fine. You can like it. But the whole thing is, and it comes down again, is people are not allowed to not like it. And if you don't like it, it's not because, hey, it deviates too far. Hey, you might have one reason. Maybe you don't like the character designs. It doesn't matter why you don't like it. You're not allowed to not like it, because if you don't like it, then they're going to push a narrative. They're going to label people to what they think is like the lowest thing they can label them as. So they either bully you into submission and agreement, or they could just step over you and feel righteous and completely, okay in their decision to trample over you. It's shit. I'm sorry. Let's get into the actual trailer.
So I think it's a bait and switch. I'm going to tell you right now, I have zero excitement for this. I think it's a bait and switch, but Skelegod does look good.
Skelegod does look good. I like the idea of Skeletor getting the power.
Finally. Yeah, we saw this in the movie.
His radioactive balls.
Oh my God.
Well, actually, his ovaries would be so maybe he's there's something they're trying to tell us.
He's got to have a little face on his crotch like Hordak, because you can't let Hordak one up Skeletor.
But I do like the design. I do like the idea that Skeletor has the power. I think that's a clever idea.
We've got
Man at Arms.
Man at Arms actually not looking like a sad sack, but in his battle armor,
fighting, which he would be doing.
Yep. I like the design.
I do too.
Evil Lynn. So if you haven't seen the trailer yet, spoilers. Evil Lynn apparently becomes like a dark sorceress of Grayskull. Mm-hmm. So
I love her outfit. I love it. I like the design on her.
I like this. I'm not gonna lie.
That's the kicker.
I like this.
I don't like a lot of stuff that happen in the show, but I do like some of the toys, and I do like some of the character designs.
I actually love the design. See, this is the
design too. It's awesome.
This is the mixed bag. With the show is the toys are good.
The art is good.
The art is good. The animation is good. The toys are good. The concept sucks ass, and the execution. is not good.
I know you don't want to buy toys from the show, but I might have to buy this toy because I love her. So I love her outfit.
She's actually pretty cool. So the trailer is basically, Skeletor gets the power. He takes over Grayskull. Evil Lynn is the sorceress now, and tentacle porn. Well, that's always good, but this is cool. And then we get the freaking Teela.
Well, no, but the thing is, Teela was meant to be this the entire time, but they've ruined Teela. That's what they keep saying. You don't want women running the show. And I want to point out again, had they been honest and said, hey, we're doing a show about what would happen if He-Man was sidelined and Teela took over, and they made Teela actually like Teela and not an unlikable bitch, people probably would have thought that was okay. But they didn't have enough confidence in their idea. They just automatically assumed misogyny, and in so, they were misogynists themselves. And misogyny is the word from the day, just because I'd love to throw it back at them.
So, what's interesting about this, obviously we knew she was going to become the sorceress.
She always was meant to be.
That's the storyline, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, I think the whole, He-Man comes back. We know he comes back as Savage He-Man originally.
It's interesting though how they do that. I thought that was kind of cool a little bit.
I actually thought that was a good idea. It turns out, according to the trailer, again, spoilers.
Well, we're going to get to that part. We'll get to it in a minute.
But, we had no doubt that she was going to be the sorceress, right? So we've got, some callbacks to classic He-Man. We've got this, pretty badass battle. Adam obviously survived.
I told you he wasn't dead. They never said he was dead the second half.
Yeah, but what's really interesting is,
oh, look, they're kneeling. I thought she would kneel. She kneeled to a man. Anyway, sorry, couldn't resist it.
Anyway, this part was really interesting.
I wouldn't protect her ass. She was a bitch to you. Sorry.
Yeah, I know, right? This is really interesting because Skeletor's got the sword, and Skeletor is all like, I got the power now, and Adam's like, no.
His hand's wonky, though.
His hand's wonky. But it wasn't the sword. It was he could call on the power of Grayskull without the sword. But when he does that, there's no Sailor Moon transformation here. He becomes the Incredible Hulk.
It's like Savage without control. Well, that's what it is, a Savage He-Man. But which I thought was a cool idea. I'm not going to lie. I think that is an actual good idea.
Men without their swords are just dirty animals.
That's right.
They can't get their hands.
She's going to yell at him for that, too. He's clearly saving her ass, and she's going to probably be like, you didn't tell me that you were just like, that's how you are deep down. How very dare you? It's all about me. Me and my feelings.
Your toxic masculinity is showing, Adam.
That's basically what it is. He's toxic masculinity He-Man.
They can see it under the
that's why she's gasping. She can see what's underneath there. Oh my God,
you're toxic masculinity.
No, she's gasping because she can see what's under the link club.
Yeah. Like, holy shit.
That's not the only thing that got bigger, Adam.
Adam, I thought you were gay. Adam, I thought I was gay. Maybe I'm not so gay after all.
Yeah, no, you can't say that. Oh. That's hate speech.
Yeah. So anyway, so there, battle ensues, and they show, a pretty cool battle.
Not Andra. She's just boring. Brandor's back.
He's fighting.
They have Teela hugging her dad, which is kind of cool because
I think
she treated him like shit.
I think that was deliberate. Okay, so this is why I think it's a bait and switch. Yeah, there she's got the power of the bird. She's gonna give Skeletor the bird.
She has the power of the bird.
The power of the bird.
I have the power of the bird too.
Where is that? Yeah, she hugs man. There we go.
There's all our favorites.
Yeah. So that's actually Teela, right? That's Teela. They showed this specifically, I think, to shut people up because everybody complained that she didn't act anything like Teela, that she would not have treated her dad. She wouldn't have treated her dad like that.
She wouldn't have.
So we get that, and then they'll probably off him or something.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
They were going to off him. The 2002 series, they were actually going to get rid of Man-at-Arms. They were going to turn him into a Snake Man, and then he was going to die.
I still think that you were correct. And at the end, she's going to be the sorceress. Andra's going to be the champion.
Adam will be king because of off Randor probably.
Yeah.
Randor will sacrifice himself. Adam will take over.
Yeah, because he has to make up for the fact he was an asshat.
Right. Adam will take over for as king, and he'll pass the mantle onto Andra or something.
Yeah, we don't know that.
We don't know.
But given the way the rest of it's gone.
Yeah, we only had spoilers for the first part because after that came out, like, we weren't getting any information. It was like, shut your bitch mouth, clown.
Yeah. So
you just shut up. But again, this all looks like it's from the same battle.
It does. Like we saw in the first trailer.
Yep.
Go ahead. Yeah, we got characters we know.
Buzz Off, Stratos. We've got, I saw Ram Man in here someplace. Fisto.
There's, He-Man,
He-Man again, looks like the same battle.
Fisto's in there, yay.
I think, they're in here somewhere. Oh, Ram Man, we got Ram Man. I think what is going to happen, because if you go by the synopsis for the series, it says basically up to Teela to get the Masters back together for one final battle. I think we're going to have He-Man and Adam sidelined until episode 9 or 10.
It'll be Savage He-Man if we
It'll be Savage He-Man if we get anything, because he's got to be dumb as a box of rocks.
And he's problematic because he's just all toxic masculinity.
It's just all his masculinity. It's going to be Teela as the new sorceress probably, and Andra, who go around and get the gang back together, get the band back together to fight one big battle against Skeletor. The He-Man mantle, or Adam's going to set aside or something, the He-Man mantle, and they'll probably move on.
Which I honestly wouldn't have a problem with Teela going around and getting everybody back together and all that stuff if Teela acted like
she
Teela.
wasn't a bitch.
And if they hadn't changed her so dramatically, and if they hadn't sidelined all the dudes in the show, even Grace Randolph pointed out, it's all the male characters are backburnered. And it was a show called He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. It was a toy line, as I want to point out, based on a toy line that was geared to boys. And a side effect of that was a lot of girls loved it too. Hence, we had Teela and strong females like Sorceress and Queen Marlena throughout the entire show. There was a reason. Girls loved it so much, they made She-Ra. And you know what? Boys like She-Ra too. I know, right? It's almost as if you can make shows that both genders liked. Mind-blowing, right? Good. Anyway.
Orko's
back.
Orko's back. Again, these are points. People are pissed off about Orko. They make sure that Orko comes back. So everybody
you just hear it. You can turn the volume.
Yeah, you don't hear it, but it's he comes back.
Scareglow's there.
Scareglow's there. So pretty much
like the Scareglow design. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's the thing that kills me about this.
I wanted to buy these toys, but then I kind of agree with you on the fact where you don't want to don't want to give it money. But damn, why'd they make the toys so good then? Shit.
Yeah, and what's going to do even more damage to this, in my opinion, is the fact that in between part 1 and part 2, we got another He-Man show that, even though it was very different... we
were both hey...
I thought it was going to be shit.
We were this looks awful.
I loved it. Mm-hmm. I loved it.
It felt much more like He-Man. And they didn't shove this whole, because, she's the woman thing in there. It was everybody's kind of, it feels more like the original, where everybody works together and they each have their own strengths and they play to their strengths.
Yeah, so I'm going to say, it looks good, but, I guarantee you Netflix is...
Going to ruin it?
Yeah. I think that...
I'm afraid they will.
The scripts were already locked in.
But even if they didn't ruin it in the end... it's already ruined for people because of the first half. And this is why,
come back?
That's just it. And this is why one of the mistakes Netflix made, there's many, but one of the mistakes they made, and I said this before, is if they do fix it and bring He-Man back in the second half, they never should have split it up. It should have been released as one standalone with all the episodes at one chunk, because you did a lot of damage. And even if you fix it in the second half, which I doubt you will fix it entirely, people are so turned off and not coming back. Or at least if you had them all together, they could have maybe, I'll watch one more. And then you might have been able to offset some of the damage that was done. However, if it goes the way the first half did, it's just going to piss people off more. So what difference does it make?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, obviously for personal reasons, I have zero excitement for this show. I'm but I'll probably check it out. But I'm just telling you right now, my hunch is that all the good stuff that we're seeing in this trailer probably happens in the last episode or 2.
I'm betting you're right.
And there's going to be 3 or 4 episodes of Teela and Andra their wacky adventures, wandering around trying to find herself and all this shit. That's what I think is going to happen. So I would temper your expectations. I think when it's all said and done, this show will be 2 really good episodes. You got episode 1 and episode 10, then just forget the 8 in the middle. Because that's what I think.
It was really dumb for them to split it up.
Yeah.
And I just think, I don't even know. I mean, there's some elements that look cool. I'm not going to lie. But I think the problem they have is people don't trust them now. Because they trusted them before. We even gave them the benefit of doubt when we heard the spoilers.
We walked it back. We're actually okay, Kevin Smith says...
Swears
it's not true. So we'll believe him. And, and you look at what he said, and he basically lied by omission. He walked around it and said, He-Man doesn't give up the power per se kind of thing. But it's no, you didn't. The point there, dude, was it's a He-Man light show. There's hardly any He-Man. It's mostly about Teela. And I'm sorry, even Grace Randolph is like, she's watching. She's like, I'm totally getting that Teela and Andra are a thing.
Yeah, and here's the thing. You know, everything we said was true. And it's like, the doll doth protest too much. And I think if he had not said anything, people wouldn't have even known. But I think the fact that they really, really pushed it up and kept lying and like saying it was one thing when it wasn't. And the fact that people keep saying, well, they had told you it was a Teela show, you wouldn't watch it. I don't believe that. I really don't. Teela was really, really, really important to all the shows, all the versions of He-Man. Teela was important. And people, they would have said, what would happen if some He-Man got sidelined and Teela and the Masters had to do, take up the battle? And they made her like the real Teela, not like this. And by the way, Sarah Michelle Gellar's voice for Teela does not fit, and she sucks. I'm sorry. You were good at Buffy and other things, so this is nothing against you personally, but you were not the right choice for this, Buffy.
Sarah Silverman would have made a better
Oh my God,
Teela.
probably would have, honestly.
Sarah Silverman would have been
But if they had kept
Teela
who she was, people would have watched it.
Yes.
It would have worked. You could have done it. You could have had your female lead. You could have brought a couple new female master characters in or something, and you could have done that, and people probably would have been okay with it. But the way you did it was so shit. And immediately, the way of 2016 Ghostbusters and She-Ra and everything else, if you don't like it, you're a toxic man, blah, 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 blah. But you yourself are being toxic, misogynistic douchebags by just assuming everyone would not like Teela. And then going, well, she was always powerful. Everybody knew that. Fans knew that already.
People like Teela just fine. The reason there is a She-Ra is because of Teela.
Exactly. If you just kept the characters true to themselves, you would have been okay. You could have sidelined He-Man. You could have done some of these cool ideas. It would have worked. And you still would have had a woman as a lead.
Yep. Expectations.
Like, you lied. And now people don't trust you. And so going to the second half, it looks cool, but we saw you do this before.
Yeah, it all looks like the same battle. I think it's gonna be season 1 in reverse, where all the cool stuff, all the He-Man actions at the very end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If I were Adam, I wouldn't have protected their ass
or
summoned the power of Grayskull. I wouldn't have done it because she just was a complete bag.
I'd be like, I'm going back to Dino Heaven. You bitches, you deal with this yourself.
I'd be like, I don't know, Teela, you're so great. Why don't you go die so I can cry about it and yell at you for dying? Yeah,
right. God, okay. So we're gonna wrap this up.
Yeah.
There it is, guys. Let us know in the comments if you're gonna give it a second chance or if you're out. We've already given our opinion. And
you're allowed to like it.
You're allowed to like it.
People are allowed to not like it too, and there are lots of actual good reasons besides men don't like women. Bullshit. Bullshit.
I'll talk to you later.
Bye.